welcome to the channel. This is Go Gretty, and welcome to the 2023-2024 Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers Cup Exhibition Season 2, round number 3. Tonight we are at Bathurst, and we're in the Group 3 machines. And I gotta tell you what, when you're on the mountain, it always makes for exciting and nerve-wracking racing. Coming down the mountain is always an adventure, so stick around, check it out. All right, lobby opens up, and well, it does not bode well for old Gretty, as I'm door number 16, which means, well, I'm the last ranked person in this lobby. So got to put down a fast qualifier, and after watching some online races, I'm not feeling hyper confident about my ability to put in a fast lap here at Bathurst in the Corvette with tuning on. I tuned the car. I messed with it for a while, softened it up a little bit, stiffened the front bar. I took it from 5 to 7, and then I took the rear bar and I brought it up to 6. I just wanted a little tighter feel in these corners here. I added, basically you're adding stiffness to your spring when you increase the sway bar diameter. So you're adding stiffness right here in these corners. So when you're going back and switching back the other way, I wanted some stiffness in those springs. But I still want the rear to be softer than the front, because the Corvette's a front engine, rear wheel drive car. So when I plant my foot to the floor and I come out of these corners, I want the rear end to feel planted. I'm trying to reduce a little bit of that oversteer coming out of the corners. That's why I'm loosening up the rear end a little bit, make it a little bit softer. For the expansion, I went really high on the expansion. I wanted the transition front to rear to be really slow, and then I also softened, made the front dampener a little bit spongier than the rear dampener to kind of keep that weight on the front end more for the turn-in. Now, whether or not that all worked or not, we'll find out. I'm shooting for a 202 here. We'll be ecstatic with a 202. A 201, I will jump through the ceiling. A 203, I will be disappointed with my qualifying lap. I don't know if it's the tuning, the car, or me, or some combination of all three, but I'm not the fastest around the track in this combo for whatever reason. So cross the line, get a 2023. I'm like, that is a great time for me. That was a great time for Gretty. But unfortunately, it was only good for P12. So I was really happy with my qualified time. I thought, I felt good about my tune. I liked the Corvette. It just wasn't enough. We'll put it that way. 5-time tire wear, racing hards and mediums required. So I'm going to start on the hards. And the reason I did that was I'm figuring people here are going to also start on the hards. And, I don't want to be held up by them on my mediums while they are on hards, and then maybe have an accident coming down the hill like this. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go on the hards, because I know someone in front of me is gonna have hards on, so it's gonna slow the whole pack down. So I'll just start on the hards, jump in the pits, come back out on the mediums. Hopefully all the people around me don't do the same thing, so I have some clean air to drive in, because I gotta tell you what, I'm not good here in the dirty air at Bathurst. I can't get it done. I don't know. The turn-in's just not good enough on this Corvette to get it done. So taking it easy on the racing hard tires here on lap number 1. They're super cold. You see Lisa Salters goes a little wide there, coming around that double left-hander. And I thought about sticking it on the outside, and I was like, yeah, maybe not. So I backed out a little bit. And here I'm just wanting to stay in touch, wanting to stay in the slipstream, mainly to protect myself from the car behind me. That will be able to get a good run on me down this long straight on the long back straight here at Bathurst. The name that escapes me. I haven't looked at the corner names here at Bathurst in so long. Honestly, I can't really remember. I think the only one I remember is Forest Elbow, which is down at the bottom here. All the others I seem to have forgotten. Maybe it's Conrad Strait or something like that. Anyway, get a Gretty pass. As I come around the corner, there was a Porsche on the side. Wonder what happened there. Well, let's jump on board with the other Corvette. Slow it down here. As you see, the AMG launches it underneath the Porsche. Gets a little contact with that Nissan. Slows down the pack there. And then the Corvette gets in the back corner of Greasy Sam Squatch and spins him out. So unfortunately there for Greasy. Hate to see that happen, but I don't think it was on purpose. It looked like it was just just a little bit of a mess down there in that sharp left-hand hairpin at the bottom of the hill. Now I'm making a pretty good run here at Lisa Salters. I've got 179 going to the braking zone. I don't usually have that much. I'm usually around 173. I broke too late. Go into the grass, come back on the track, lose a position, lose another position, and now I'm heading into the pit. So not completely the end of the world. Didn't get any penalties or anything like that. Didn't damage the car, but an unfortunate error by yours truly. I just lost time. I didn't even lose time. Now, if you look at Lisa Salters going to the pit, Lisa's going to ignore all the track limits right here. Just gonna ignore that little chicane. Just go through the grass. Just send it. So what is that going to cost old Lisa Salters? That is going to cost Salters 4.5 seconds. So cheating on pit entry is very painful here at Bathurst. And that is an extremely hard pit entrance anyway. I don't know who thought up that pit entrance, but they need to find out how strong old Gretty's pimp hand is. Just like, that is a terrible pit entrance. So Lisa Salters serves his timeout. I get another Gretty pass. So that moves me back up in to P14. Feeling good about getting back up to P14 after pitting early on the hards and having a mistake there. I'm hoping to get back up to P12. That would be just fantastic if I could do that. Get back into my starting place, and then you see GTS Phantom, aka Nico, goes into the pits there. As you see, he hits the wall, gets some damage on the old front end, so he's got to go in and get that front end repaired. Probably going to come out on the same set of tires, but get another Gretty pass, so up to P13. So started the race off there at P12, had my mistake, dropped it back to P15, now back up to P13, and we've got our pit out of the way behind us, done with, so don't have to worry about that anymore. So maybe pick up a position if we're lucky, if there's some other mistakes. Now you see there I'm 3.8 seconds back to PREC Hitman, and about 4.5 seconds to the person in front, so we got a nice gap in there. On to lap number 3, race pace goes in the pits. No, my race pace didn't go to the pits. The driver race pace went into the pits. I can see why you'd be confused there. But don't worry, I'll keep my day job. So, here we go. Out lap 4. We got about 3.4 seconds back to race pace. About 5.8 seconds to DNA DC up ahead. So, you know, I got a fairly nice gap here in the race on lap number 4. Just got to hold it all together and start putting in those just steady, consistent 2:03s. If I can do that, I think I'll be okay at the end of the race to possibly get back, you know, maybe a position or 2 more and hopefully get above 200 points. On to lap number 5, yellow flag up ahead. Oh, that means Gretty could possibly be picking up another Gretty pass as I come around the corner. Don't see anyone on track, but aha, move up to P11, get a Gretty pass. Someone has left the room. Let's see what happened here. The Supra here by IGT7 player 1 just loses it coming out of that right-hander and spins it into the wall. It gets 3 seconds to boot, and then coming around the corner, our little friend, the alien, has lifted him to a higher state of energy. Yes, indeed, removed him from this world in which we are racing into another realm somewhere there. Wherever that is, I don't know. Lap number 7. Old Gretty's just kind of hanging out, putting in some laps, feeling good about himself. And I did take a little too much curb there, and I nicked the wall. Oh, I was lucky I didn't get any damage there, but I did get a 1.5 second penalty plus the time lost just goofing around there coming on the downhill section of the mountain, and that put Lisa Salters right on my back bumper. I thought Lisa was going to catch me anyway, but I made sure of it with that mistake. So coming up to the penalty zone, going to serve my time, and Lisa Salters going to do a flyby right there. So we wave as Lisa Salters goes on by, but lap 8, Ambassador JRV into the pits, pick up a position. Lap number 11, V Motors Esteban into the pits, pick up a position. Now up to P10. Lap number 12, Greasy Sam Squad goes into the pits. Gretty picks up another position all the way up to P9. Remember, I started this off in P12, and I had my own few incidents and problems myself. So what do I have left to deal with? Well, if you look here at my competitors' tires, they're only 2 cars behind. They look pretty good. And then the Supra, not quite as good, but still pretty good. And then old Gretty, well, not good. So the 2 cars behind me, better tires, and they've been slowly reeling me in, and I know they are going to catch up to me before the end of lap 14. So I've got to keep my head down. I've got to drive smart here at the top of the mountain, just trying to hit my apexes, drive within myself, don't do anything crazy like I did earlier, through the downhill section here of the mountain. I just lightly brake coming in here, make sure I don't take too much curbing, get on a little late on the brakes there, but not the end of the world. Wish I was just a little early, a little harder on the brakes, but that's okay. However, PRCH, man, is just reeling me in with that Supra, and we all know how that Supra is on the top end down the straight. Luckily, Corvette, not a slouch on top end. It is not a monster on top end, but it is not a slouch. So I do a little snaky snake, try and break some slipstream. Try not to weave all over the place, but I do want to break a little slipstream. So as we come into this corner, I got to position my car on the left-hand side to prevent the inside dive down that corner. That causes me to go wide, get in the grass, just hanging on the curbs. I got dirty tires, but I got to leave room on the outside for H-Man. Leave just enough room to keep from running him off the track. But now as we come towards the final left-hander of this lap, Nico is pressuring that outside, but able to hold him off. Then I'm going to give the slipstream to H-Man there to try to put some pressure on Nico as we head into corner 1. I'm just going to go right down the middle of the track and then put it onto the left side. Nico looking around the outside, unable to hold it through there. And then I'm trying to give again the slipstream back to H-Man so that he can put the pressure on Nico coming down this straight. Now I've got a good almost 4/10 coming down the straight. The AMG's strong on top end and in the slipstream, but it's not as strong as some of the other cars, so I'm not quite as nervous as I was having that Supra behind me. So as we are coming up the hill, I've just got to be relaxed. Don't make any mistakes. Don't hit any walls. I've got a P9 locked up if I can just defend for 1 lap. So just trying not to do too much. The tires are hurting right now. When I'm turning in, it's not wanting to turn, especially when I get up here on the top of the hill because it's that right front tire. When I turn left, it just wants to just not turn. I can't hit that wall. I got to turn in early. Got to let off the gas a little early. You can't drive through my car, so don't worry about that right through here. Just make sure you get through this section alive and well. Get through there. I'm okay. Nice line coming down the hill. A little timid through there, but that's okay. I don't need to spin it out. And he's wanting to stick close for this long back straight. Get on the brakes. Got to have a good exit here. Nice and tight down the inside. Back into second. Power out of the corner. I have a pretty decent exit, but the AMG still within 4/10, and that is a strong mid-acceleration car. He is going to be coming. So I'm going to give him a little more snaky snake on the back stretch. Again, not weaving wildly, but I'm going to try and break a little bit of slip when I can. Now just got to get on the brakes, the right spot. Don't drive it too deep like I did last time. Do it well. Get through there, but he is not going anywhere. Like I said, he does have the better tires. I'm going to stay over on the left-hand side, defend that left turn. Now, he just tried to do the little juke out and then juke back in. I didn't fall for it. Take the left-hander, come down the straight. I'm able to hold him off for that full lap and get that P9. Yeah, there we go. Picking up 3 positions. Really happy with that. Man, what a tough last couple of laps that was. I definitely made it more exciting than it needed to be with all of my mistakes. But there we have it. 231, so didn't break the 200 that we got earlier, so that's nice. So move up the ranks of Corvette a little bit, hopefully. And get ready for this final race at Dragon Trail Gardens. Curious to see what it has to bring. Hope you enjoyed the race. Hope you enjoyed all the action. Hit the like and or subscribe. Come back, check out some more. For myself, Go Gretty. Y'all have a great evening.